There are countless reasons we may fall in love, from looks to social status to a good sense of humor. But new research has found that people with the DNA for top grades in school are more likely to marry and have children with a partner with the same genes. Humans rarely choose partners randomly, tending to pick people with similar genetic traits. The researchers, a mixture of economists and psychologists from the University of East Anglia and VU University in the Netherlands, warn that the trend could escalate genetic and social inequality in the future. Humans rarely choose partners randomly, tending to mate assortatively, meaning we pick people with similar genetic traits. But previous research has shown that a society will become socially unequal if too many couples are brought together by genetics instead of pure chance. It has been known for some time that couples are drawn together based on education and intelligence, but this is the first study to show that this romantic desire is hardwired into our DNA. The consequences of assortative mating on education and cognitive abilities are relevant for society. Economics expert and lead author of the study Dr. David Hugh Jones said they are also relevant for the genetic makeup and therefore the evolutionary development of subsequent generations. Assortative mating on inheritable traits that are indicative of socioeconomic status, such as educational achievement, increases the genetic variance of characteristics in the population. This may increase social inequality. For example, with respect to education or income, he said. This is not the first piece of research to suggest that we choose partners with similar genes. Researchers at the University of California studied children in Mexico and Puerto Rico to investigate assortative mating. They discovered that the children's parents tended to share similar genes, even though they weren't related. In fact, the average mix was so alike in some cases, the couples were as genetically similar as third or fourth cousins. This degree of closeness could increase the chances of genetic diseases by 2 to 14% after 10 generations of mixing, and may point to why so many Puerto Ricans have asthma. The new study analyzed the DNA of 1,600 married or cohabiting couples. The team used genetic scores that predict educational achievement. They found that genetic scores for educational achievement almost always matched up between couples. Those with a strong genetic makeup for top grades were far more likely to marry and have children with someone blessed with similar genes. Our findings show strong evidence for the presence of genetic assortative mating for education in the UK. Dr. Hugh Jones said, when growing social inequality is partly driven by growing biological inequality, inequalities in society may be harder to overcome and the effects of assortative mating may accumulate with each generation. The researchers tested whether the results emerged from other factors, such as partners meeting simply because they lived in the same place. They rematched individuals with random partners within the same educational levels and locales, but the scientists found that the genetic scores of random couples were far lower than those of the originals. This, the researchers say, lends strong support for their theory. Two people genetically hardwired for good grades are drawn to one another, regardless of where they are from.